It has come to my motherfucking goddamn gay attention that Azealia Banks shares distasteful post about DC Young Fly following the tragic death of his wife and partner, Miss Jackie O. This has been a headline ever since the death of his wife. I think she left behind 3 beautiful children. The story goes like this. She went in for a mommy makeover, and she just didn't come home after this. I know DC Young Fly is a comedian, and he is on Wild and Out, which is a television program where they roast each other. Azealia Banks basically takes to her Instagram, and what she says is this: DC Young Fly spent years disguising his own deeply rooted hatred of self as jokes pointed at women's beauty, projecting his own feelings about his own ugliness onto women perfectly secure in their own skin. Say what you want about my tears, they were pure tears of joy and rage, and not at all a sign of weakness, because in the end, I won. I'm happy I cried and moved on, and it's so crazy because the cauldron with the sage in it just spilled over, okay? That Jackie O girl must have been a deeply insecure woman about herself, and the nerve of DC to call such a gorgeous woman as Azealia Banks ugly on national television while a bunch of black people laughed, and ironically, dead at 32, on my birthday, which is May the 31st, 2023, which was the day that she died, in Miami, Florida, you niggas are going to learn to stop fucking with me. Honey, the sage might have tipped over, but it ain't went out yet. Now, I got tagged in this a lot yesterday. You guys were badgering me about reading this, so I am going to give my take on this. Azealia Banks is somebody that I met in 2012 when I jumped on that song that I played in the intro, right? I'll be perfectly honest with you in saying that she was the first outspoken black witch and was unapologetic about her witchiness that I have ever seen, and it was extremely inspiring to be honest with you. I was extremely inspired by Azealia Banks. Notice how I'm using the past tense word was. From that point, I know that she blew up overseas. She was touring a lot. She became like the overseas Nicki Minaj in the prime of her career when she dropped this song called 212. From there, she comes back to Los Angeles, California. And since that time period, she has just been having antics, okay? It's the same thing that Blueface does with Krishan. And again, I'm not reading Blueface and Krishan or Crystal or whoever the hell they is. No. I will not read them ever again. I don't even want to post no receipts. I don't want to attach myself to that energy at all. But ironically, this is happening right as Erykah Badu spoke something on Blueface. Then here are the results with this. So a visible display of somebody speaking something in existence to rectify an energy. Azealia Banks, though, we've seen her post different things in the closet killing chickens. She has posted about her brujeria, and she is from up north. And I do know up north, I am not too familiar with the brujeria community up there, but clearly it's got something to do with it because the smoke machine is going off and this sage has not stopped piping up yet, and there is no embers on this stage. That lets me know that she is a protected individual. So I am going to tread with respect that oracles must have for everybody in their belief system as I talk about this. Okay. Do I personally feel like Azealia Banks casted something on that man? I do. Hell, she even told you that she cast it on this man. If you look at the video that is in question when they were talking about Azealia Banks, the look in her eye, I felt like in that moment time stopped for her and she casted something on him in her mind. And this, in her mind, is the repercussions of getting vengeance for getting clowned on national television. In her mind. So from that point, you know, it's less about if she did or did not, because that's largely based on belief. What needs to be called into question is character. I feel like Azealia might have participated in the sacred taking. This is a ritual where you forfeit your conscience and you are unable to see how your actions affect those around you. Okay? Just like you sell your soul, you can sell your conscience, you can sell your love, you can sell things to demons and or lesser deities to gain power within the aspects of your religious context or the occult ritualisms therein. For her to broadcast that she feels like she had a hand in the death of someone's spouse publicly makes me feel like she has no conscience. She is vastly frustrated by her lack of receptivity when she was trying to acclimate to the American side of pop culture. They did not embrace her with the warm hug that she thought she was going to receive, because when she goes overseas, she was that motherfucking girl. Okay? And since that time period, she has said a number of different things that have been controversial. But the world woke up when she said what she said about the death of DC Young Fly's partner. I was at the nail salon yesterday and I got my nails done for the video tomorrow, you guys know. And one of the individuals is a watcher of my show and she said, "Are you going to talk about this?" And I said, I feel like I shouldn't, because as an oracle, I have to respect the castings of other individuals and I want to tread with extreme care. This is in no way, shape, or form to diminish the craft or the craft that she attunes her energy to. This is my statement on all of us do not have that character, though. Okay? And it's something to be said where, like, you know, growing up, I was the only black gay person in a white arena sometimes. So they used to tell me, this person reminds me of you. But I was the only frame of reference they had to black and gay. So when they see me do my death drop or my dip, as you call it, they say, "Oh my God, that's Bootz' move." That is not my move. You're making a generalization based upon me meeting me and the person. So if a person is already apprehensive about the craft or anything other than the Christian community, and then you go see an example like that, I want to rebuke the fact that we all don't move with that kind of character. That's all I'm saying. Okay? It's sad. You know, somebody at the nail salon asked me, you know, and see, I'm drawing a blank, and this normally doesn't happen to me. So I know that there is some protection on Miss Azealia, and I'm not coming disrespectfully, so if I need to back up, I will. But she said, well, if it affected the wife and not DC, wouldn't DC die under the witchcraft, not the wife? I said, what's the hardest thing a man can endure? Losing the love of his life and having to look at children y'all produce together in the face every single day. Okay? That to me reeks of a negative consequence, probably enhanced by their own karma. And now we have the result that we have today. I didn't think I was going to tell this story, but I feel like I need to personalize this. I casted a spell on a bully at 10 years old. I was at Bradley Middle School here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I got bullied by this individual every day. I'm talking about wedges. I'm talking about, you know, the stuff you see on cartoons. Like, he would beat me up in the bathroom, X, Y, and Z. And I had just recently, it was my second year off the mountain, and that's where I got my brands and things of that nature that sacrament me into the level of occultism that I am. And I casted something, and 2 weeks after that, he motherfucking died. He motherfucking died. Darren. I'll never forget this shit. His name is Darren, but everybody called him Devon. And he still haunts me to this day. I would never broadcast and boast about that. At that point in time, I stopped casting altogether because I really did feel like some of the energy that I put forth on Divine for the bullying aspects that he had, the repercussions was his death. That's not what I intended to happen. I am not the dictator. I'm not a Grim Reaper spirit. You know, I'm not a gatekeeper to the life and the death. So if I do cast on someone in the moment where I am really feeling that energy, like if you piss me off, I'm just not gonna cast on nobody on the internet. You have to really hurt me, okay? And it does motherfucking work. Just ask my ex-boyfriend. Just ask my ex-boyfriend. Just talk to the fucking person. So I'm not no killer, but don't push me. But in this case, I feel like Azealia wasn't pushed. You were on Wild and Out. You shouldn't have used your craft for that, sis, if you genuinely believe that you did. And then it's a joke. You're on a joking show. So for you to boast about it is very, very distasteful. It really is. And it gives all of us a bad look. You know what I'm saying? I think after this, she canceled. I mean, we haven't heard nothing from her here recently, but I will tell you that Broke with the Expensive Taste album is everything, okay? Her Mermaid album is everything. She's a great artist, and she's actually intelligent if you listen. Most witches are, but she's actually intelligent if you listen to her interview on The Breakfast Club. Let me ask Spirit, can I actually read this? My spirit says, yeah, we got you. Okay, so let's see exactly what the cards have to say about this. Okay, did Azealia cast a spell on DC? The Do Try card shows up upright. She casted a spell on everybody on that motherfucking stage. She cast a spell on everybody on that motherfucking stage. Okay. Was this a part of the spell she casted, the departure of DC's wife? Emerald shows up upright. No. This is actually dealing with her own karma. Did the spell have any effect? The Dark Fate card shows up upright. Yes. It made Azealia feel extremely vindicated for her being disrespected, but her magic was not responsible for this. So Spirit, let me just make it plain. She's false claiming this narrative for vindication purposes. We have that 100% correct. No. Is her magic affecting anyone? The Pure card shows up upright. Everybody on that set is also ritualistically protected, like I would assume anybody in the entertainment industry or public eye is. No, they're fine. They're fine. In the context of what Azealia Banks believes,
Six and a half hours later.
Honey, I think that my spirit guides went to war with hers, and the next thing you know, smoke alarm. Woo. I'm done. I said I was done, Zelius. That's what I get for fucking with these witches. That's why I fuck with these witches. I ain't reading a witch never again. I'll be right back.
3 weeks later.
The man is I'm free. I broke the house down with cameras on me. Hair with the dreads, the reason they beat. I have a D constituency. I know you wanna blink. I know you wanna blink. I know you wanna blink like me. I know you wanna blink. I know you wanna blink. I know you wanna blink like me. I know you wanna blink. I know you wanna blink. I know you wanna blink like me. I know you wanna blink. I know you wanna blink like me. Okay. Well, now that I've successfully got the alarms turned off in my home, I think that's all I'm gonna read on her. Yeah, and I come to you in peace and human analyzation. Next story.